motherfuckers. Welcome to the late night hour with your boy Clickbait. We're gonna spin these records, okay? Y'all just stay tuned. Let me keep you company. So tonight we're gonna put here a classic on for y'all. It's gonna be Producer J versus CEO from the With Apologies show. See, I'm gonna set this up for you real nice. Producer J and CEO, they've been getting along for some time now. They've been kicking it, no problems. Jay comes on the stream and starts doing his little J thing, and the CEO just can't take it no more. Let's see what happened.
I brought it.
Brought what?
What?
What'd you bring?
Groceries.
Groceries?
No, whiskey.
Should
Wussy?
you be drinking?
Don't call me a wussy.
I can drink.
No, I know you can, but should you? Is what I'm
I can
saying.
have a cocktail. Oh, wow.
But
Kenny-
okay, Kenny, let's be serious. Kenny, you have like autism, right?
I don't know what I have.
Okay. No, all right, but I'm
It's a
saying,
yes or no question, and as an autist, you should be on.
yeah.
Yeah, be an honest autist. Let's go.
I'm
No,
saying,
Kenny
like,
just doesn't care what people think about him.
I'm asking,
Oh,
should
shit,
you
it's
be
Jay.
drinking?
Producer
I'm asking,
Jay,
should you be?
terrific.
No. I'm not saying
What
you
up, Kenny?
can't. I'm saying you probably shouldn't. Is all I'm saying.
Yes, but
I mean, do what you want if you
I
really
mean-
want to.
I also
Kenny,
smoke.
are you allowed to mix?
What's your
Are you
point?
allowed to mix your medication with alcohol?
Yeah,
Oh.
that's what I'm saying.
I don't take medication.
What kind of medication?
No, okay. Are you prescribed medication and you don't take it, or you just don't have any medication to take?
Or are you self-medicating?
I take weed. That's kind of medication.
No, that's kind of self-medication.
It's the best medication.
Yes.
Yeah,
Probably not
Sure.
for an autist, but
sure.
Dude, my friend Derek smokes weed. He's autistic.
Yeah. Yeah. It's totally
yeah.
fine.
Well, I'm sure
All
Derek's
the
doing
autistic
great.
kids are doing it, don't you know?
No, I was seriously asking, like, because, I mean, if I was autistic, I wouldn't be doing shit.
No, I mean they're
Would
normal
be-
people too. Like, what the fuck? They should be able to.
No, they're not.
That's the
Things in
problem.
No,
life.
they're not.
Yeah, they're not normal. That's
They're not.
why they're autistic.
Just
Part
Kenny
of their
doesn't
brain
know
Nobody's
is-
normal. Nobody's normal.
Exactly.
Let me ask you something, Jay. Are you a part of the neurodiversity movement?
I don't know what you mean by that, but sounds
That
sounds cool.
because that's what the insane people that the neurodiversity movement say. Oh, we're all
But-
normal.
well, okay,
Everyone's
so-
brain.
If your definition of insane, then I'm cool with that. You
It's
can call
not
me
my
insane all
definition
day
of
and I'm fine
insane.
with it.
It's not my
What's the
definition.
fucking
of insane.
definition of insane? There is no definition.
You.
No,
You're
there's
right.
no. There's
All right,
no
there's no
specific
definition of insane.
for being insane. There's not.
I'm
Like,
pretty
there's
sure
I
not
didn't
one.
say you were insane. No one said you were insane.
I
I
didn't say
did.
that. I
What?
said there's no definition for insane.
I just asked if you're a part of the neurodiversity movement because this is how they talk.
Explain it, and I can tell you. But it
Well,
sounds,
the
it sounds
neurodiversity
legit.
movement believes that everybody's exactly equal in the brain. Nobody has any mental diseases or illnesses.
No, I definitely don't.
Retarded
no, I-
people. No.
I don't agree
Retarded
with
people
it.
are going extinct. No, but I'm saying the shit you're saying right now is the shit they're saying. Autists
No, all I'm
are
saying
normal
is
people.
it doesn't matter. Like, he doesn't have to take pills. Like, he.
No,
even
I
if he
just
is a little off according to you. It doesn't mean that
It's
there's
not
something
according
wrong with
to
you.
me. It's
A
not
lot of
according
people
to
think
science,
there's something
bro.
off with you. So does that mean
According to
you're
science.
autistic too?
I mean,
Are you
No, I'm
against
not
science?
autistic.
I smoked a weed because I have a bad back.
You're on medication though, right? So technically you're more autistic than Kenny.
Well,
Oh,
No,
yeah.
Kenny,
how would that fucking work?
Are
Anybody
you
that
part
takes
of this
any medicine is
neurodiversity
autistic.
movement? Do you feel you're as normal
No,
as everyone
all right.
else?
This is more of Jay talking without actually knowing anything. This is what
Jay,
we're
I'd say
No, because you're not fucking making a point, so I'm
I have
fucking
made a
smashing
point.
you.
Jay,
I'm
I take blood
smashing you,
pressure
stupid.
medicine.
I smashed you, stupid. You're 40 and white. No views, no subs. You haven't made a point. Where's the point? Where's the point? It's the extra
Dude,
point
no,
you
no,
want to
Kenny has
No
probably
neurodiverse
had
says-
more.
Kenny's
more
Kenny's better. He's
accomplishments.
smarter. He's got more accomplishments. Than
So
me. Oh,
what-
yeah, he's doing great.
So CEO was trying to work out a bit.
And
It's like some Canadian news article where
43.
there's like a movement where people are kind of worried about Downsy people disappearing,
This
and they kind of want people to consider them almost like an endangered
Oh my God.
species.
Are you gonna
We
say
can look
he's
that up in a minute if you
autistic?
guys
Are
want to.
kidding me?
I asked him a legitimate question, and you came in playing the White Knight as if he was being attacked.
And he's legitimately. You can't
Yeah,
say he's not
like-
autistic after that. Oh my God! How can you possibly say?
What's up, Joe?
Kenny,
Right
I
on,
mean,
buddy.
Nick, do you realize?
By the
how much
way,
of a fucking
I have to make a
entitled
statement.
douchebag you sound like?
Raw papers are by far
You
the best
sound
bang
like
for
a
the
white
buck.
woman right now.
The
He's
raw
not-
classics.
His brain's
Oh.
totally fine.
And you buy the
No
tips,
one
you buy
was
the
even
raw
attacking
tips.
him. I was asking a legit
Back in the day, we used to take like a cigarette paper or a piece of paper, the cardboard, I guess, from like a cigarette pack, and use that as a little end on it.
Funny, I said it
These work
because
fucking
you need to
amazing.
hear it. You need to hear that someone.
Because if you got
actually
some
is
sticky
autistic
icky,
you
that
defend
shit
and say
clogs
he's
up.
not
No,
autistic.
the point is,
It
anybody
wasn't about being
with their
funny,
fucking
Jay. I'm
right
not trying to be
mind can
funny.
hear
We all know
everyone
I'm
on
not
here.
funny. I'm trying
You're
to tell you
pointing out
something
the
that you
fucking
need to hear
obvious.
clearly because you're denying. Like,
Why
the
did
flat
you come in
earthers.
here, Jay? You were looking for a fight and you didn't get one today, and now you have to have one. Like, no one was attacking
my
Kenny.
daily fight.
No one was attacking Kenny. He was doing fine.
I'm just
I asked-
having fun, bro.
No, you're
I
not.
think a lot of
No,
people
you're
actually
not.
thought that was.
No,
And
you're
you're
not.
autistic.
You
And you're
came in here to
autistic.
get your heart rate up because
I
you're
thought my
jacked
shit
up.
fucked
that
up.
someone's
I think a
calling
lot of
you
people
out
thought
on
that was
it.
actually
you
Ian
and
chuckling
I
like
haven't
that.
had a fight.
I'm sitting here.
It was
with
a
you.
drop.
Jay, you and I
Yeah,
haven't had
right.
a
You're the
fight
one
in a
that's
long
fucking blowing
time,
out the
and now
microphone
you're not
and
used to it.
screaming
You
at
don't
me.
like the idea that I might get along with you. That's the problem. You don't like that idea because in your eyes, I'm Satan.
I never said anything wrong with
You don't
guys.
have. No, I'm telling you, that's what it is.
Jay,
No one was
sidebar.
fucking going after Kenny. Holy shit! Oh, I like this. You don't like it.
Sidebar.
Okay.
Prickle. The
No,
CEO's
like,
very
why
prickly,
did you
but
come
this
in
is his
here
way
then?
of snuggling
You
up
came
to
in
you.
here because you thought someone was fucking around with Kenny.
No, I
Wasn't
came in
happening.
here because I just got home and
I will say this. This is how producer Jay has fun. He antagonizes people and banters with them. That is how he has fun. I don't think the CEO thinks that's fun, but that's how producer Jay has fun.
I wanted to jump on the stream.
And then, but you
I
came
joined
in
the
right
conversation,
away.
that's all.
You
The
came in right
first
away to
thing you
defend
say-
Kenny when no one was going after him.
It's because
There's
that's
no.
what was being talked about when I jumped in.
So you jump in halfway through. You don't hear the rest of the conversation, and then you go off that.
Yep.
So when we
Who's
tell you no
autistic
one was
now?
going after, no one's going after Kenny for being autistic. I was asking, do
You
you
sure were
take
defending yourself pretty hard when I was saying you guys were making fun of
because you're
autistic
insane.
people.
You
It's
have
an
fucking
insane
issues.
thing to say that he's not autistic. I mean, come
It's
on.
not even a big deal if he's autistic. I'm saying
I think
he's like it's not an insane thing to be like, oh, Kenny, you're autistic. You drink and you smoke weed.
Welcome to
That's
the
a little fucking
doctors.
weird.
We got Dr. Nick and Dr. Chris here today to
Yeah, we're
explain
more
mental
qualified.
illness and living with it.
You know how many autistic
They
people
call him
we've been
Righteous
around
Jay
to,
for a
like,
reason.
Together, like it's been
Yeah,
fucking
each other
thousands
all day, every day. Yep.
We
Yeah,
also
we're gay
got
together.
White
We do
Phil.
everything
Yeah.
together.
Yeah, what's wrong with that? You fucking homophobe.
I'm gay. You gay?
Yeah.
You gay?
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do now, Jay? You gonna fucking
You
keep
gay?
being racist against us?
Yeah,
I'm gay.
homophobe.
I
You
like
gay?
that.
You
Fake-
fucking
The
homophobe.
fake
So
black
so this
white
is-
guy.
So this is
And
how,
he
this
bring,
is how it
the
goes
only
down
person
in
to bring
Florida.
race in was you, and now you're being racist.
And this is how it goes down in Florida, huh? You just fucking you shit on all the minorities.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because we got real black people that'll actually kick your ass around here if you
For
talk
what?
shit
I never
about 'em.
claimed to be black. I claimed to be gay.
We don't
For
have
what,
Canadian
though?
black people down here. We got real black people.
Wow,
Can we get
racist.
that as a drop,
Um,
please?
So that's all that matters to
So
you,
have
skin
we
color?
have we done enough for you, Jay? Is there enough fighting happening?
Yeah, you get your rocks
Yeah,
off.
you
Get
guys are
back to
doing
what we're
great.
doing?
You guys are doing great. Yeah.
He's still touching
keep
himself,
going.
guys. Keep going.
Yeah.
No, well, can we get back to like what we're doing?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you guys went sidetracked to me. I don't I don't want to.
Oh,
we
no,
sidetracked
Oh,
you.
so you're-
You came in
so
to
you-
Yeah, you
sidetrack.
started telling
You think
me
you
how
came in here and derailed the
I'm
show, huh?
insane and this and that. And
Yes,
that's
you
cool.
are. You don't know
agree
what
with
you're.
you.
I'm
According
telling
to
you,
you,
you don't know what you're talking.
I am
about.
insane.
No, you just don't know what you're talking about.
Right, but you don't either. That's the only point I was trying to make.
I've studied psychology in university. I have no fucking clue what I'm talking about. You're right. No idea.
Yep, that's true. Because just because you studied psychology in university,
Yeah,
does
but
not
you've
mean
got
you
it.
know
Okay,
what
but
you're
here's
talking about.
here's the thing I'm trying to tell you. Even if I'm wrong, have way more knowledge to be wrong about. You have no knowledge of this.
Right, which
and
makes it even worse that you're wrong because
I'm
you
not
fucking have
wrong.
some
You're
knowledge on
fucking
the subject
stupid.
and you're still
All right,
an idiot.
all right.
Yep.
All right,
Go
well-
to college some more and still be dumb. Keep going to college.
Yeah, college
And
is
keep
only
not
for dumb-
having a job.
Yep,
You
I
have
don't
no
have a job.
but
I
you've
have
been
no
to college.
job.
Good for
40 and
you.
white, failed at life, no job, no
The
views.
part where he
all
talks
that.
about
failed
real black
athlete.
people and
Fucking
Florida
high
black
school
people.
sports injury. I could
You know
have been
what,
a
Ross?
contender, man.
I don't think he was ever an athlete to
I
begin
played a
with.
look.
All right, I'm sorry. I know, Ross, you gave me the powers to do shit like that.
All right, so that's interesting. CEO needed the power to be able to mute people, you know, because it is his show and he's doing his own show. I get that, and it's Ian's show too. If Ian had the capacity to understand how to mute people, I guess he's a boomer. Don't tell him I said that. But I've seen his editing lately, and that's not boomerish. That's millennialish. He's onto something here. Anyway, where was I going with all this shit? Yeah, anyway. Jay and CEO finally, you know, the alliance finally just broke. They couldn't take it anymore. And CEO actually had a good point. He's like, you just don't want to be lined up with a guy like me. You don't want to be my acquaintance. You're self-sabotaging this relationship.
You don't want me to do it, but we were doing something, and he fucking was not doing it.
Oh, he's gone?
No, because that was the most lit the show's been all night. I was glad Jay was here.
Yeah, Ian, I don't like doing
We
a shit.
hate that shit.
Let's just get this out there. Because this has been a really big part of what I have not been enjoying about everything. I don't like doing a show where it's just about fucking interpersonal fighting. Like, I'm not gonna do that show. I'm not gonna do it.
You
I
literally
want to
made
do
it.
fools covering. That's what I want to do.
You literally
No, Ian,
turned
that's
it
it.
into.
That's it. I don't care. But I'm not gonna do a show where it's just about fucking stupid fighting shit. That's With Apologies 2013. You want to do that? You can go ahead and do it. I'm not gonna.
All
do it.
right. Well, you're up to bat. We're your fools.
I had Necro. We were all talking about shit. You like this, Ian. All right. You know what? You like this show.
Wait a
Ian.
minute. Ian, did you bring Jay in here?
Yeah,
Just
I
to-
wouldn't be surprised if he did, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's
God.
it was part of my ops.
You like all this shit, though.
I play
you like
4D
this stuff.
chess.
Nobody else is like. I don't enjoy it. I'm sure. I think I've heard Ross say he doesn't enjoy just the fighting, but that
I
was in
don't
the
think
past.
the
So I don't
yelling
know.
over each other's show is good.
Ross is out for a smoke break again. He had to call Jay and calm him down. Dude, it's okay. You know what they're like, Jay. It's okay, man. Just quit crying.
And finally, new rule, white liberals have to start listening to me when I tell them you can't be more offended than the victim. It happened again last week when presidential contender Andrew Yang faced criticism because he said that SNL should not have fired
Pokemon
comedian
Go.
Jane Gillis
That's
over
some
racist
lame-ass
comments
fucking
Gillis
name.
made about Asians. That's when the internet did what it does best and deemed Yang a racist for not being offended. Because if he wasn't offended, well, someone had to be.
I hate when they give me
There was a study done
quiet clip.
last year where people were asked to rate their feelings about
that
various
better?
races, and white liberals were the only group that has a bias against themselves. They want to hang out only with people who are not them. That's like your mother preferring...
Bill's finally getting it.
There is a weird self-loathing going on among white liberals, and it's not helping anyone. Lifting up those whose society has
No,
cheated
it's
or
been
forsaken.
going on.
That's
You're just
liberalism.
finally realizing it.
Hating all things white is just tedious virtue signaling. You look like Justin Timberlake in Bad Teacher.
I just hate slavery so much. Slavery's the worst. If I could go back in time and undo slavery, I would.
It's like who wouldn't? A Klansman, I guess, maybe?
The answer to mass incarceration is to stop putting undeserving blacks in prison, not to put more white people in Twitter jail. Every thought needs a disclaimer now. The other day I heard a guy say, I realize I'm only speaking as a white male and I acknowledge our tragic history of oppression, but you left your lights on. Look, white privilege is real. And yes, you have some advantages for being white, but you also have some disadvantages. Many of you were born with a terrible personality.
Oh, did I miss something funny? Fuck.
That's not, I didn't ask for that. I'm sorry.
They knew.
You know what?
No, that's, no. I'll
Bill
fire
made
the
it
director.
funny. Damn it.
But folks, you don't need to advertise it. What's with the I'm embarrassed to be white subgenre on the internet? I'm finding myself constantly embarrassed to be white. I'm watching Tall Girl, and I've never been so embarrassed to be white. Retweet if you're embarrassed to be white. Jesus, fuck. Rosanna Arquette tweeted, I'm sorry I was born white and privileged. It disgusts me and I feel so much shame. Exactly. You think it's hard being a black man in a white man's world? Try being a white woman who feels bad about you being a black man in a white man's world.
You know, this is the same Bill that, if we remember, he had to apologize because he said house nigga or something like that. I'll dig it up and we'll find it in a second.
Look, none of us chose to be born white. Not even Ed Sheeran. So just stop. Because you know what might be the worst part of white shame? You bore the fuck out of black people at parties. I
How do you learn how to do
Right.
this?
know. Wow. You meet black people and say things like, Black Panther was so meaningful to me. No, it wasn't. It wasn't a cultural milestone for you. I have taken an informal sampling among some black folks I know, and the consensus seems to be awareness.
So yeah, anyway, he's kind of woke on whites eating each other. Or actually, I should say white liberals trying to eat themselves. They're fucking stupid. Like, what kind of mentality is that? So here's this. Remember this, guys?
Get to Nebraska more.
You're welcome. We'd love to have you work in the fields with us.
Work in the field.
That's part of that. That's
Senator. I'm a house nigga. No, it's a joke. Thank you.
See, what I think happened here was Bill was almost like channeling a black comic. He was like, oh, this would be the perfect thing to say if I was a black comic. But then he didn't even process, oh, fuck, I'm a white guy. I'm an old white dude.
But
Wow. I got to get to Nebraska more.
you're welcome. We'd love to have you work in the fields with us.
Work in the field.
That's part of that. That's
Senator. I'm a house nigga. No, it's a joke.
Yep. But he got a lot of shit for that. And, oh god, the fucking head cutting off. That's great.
Sometimes, and you know his show, folks. By the way, chat. I respect the chat, and you guys.
I just want to say Sam did a really good job on the show. It was one of my favorite episodes of the Sam Hill Gang, and I'm just gonna play a little bit of it.
I'm with a group of these
I was
guys,
in and out
and,
of the
and I'll
show
be
that
talking
night, so I'm
about
kind
the
of watching
new,
it for the first time here too.
members later, but they go all over the place, and that's cool. And if you're bored by us, man, you do your thing in chat, and hopefully you joke around. And I don't care, Matthew Stearns cares, but I don't. But here's the thing, chat: how are you going to come up with good content if you don't have any life experience? How are you going to talk about women if you have? Oh, sorry, Righteous. Matt Stern hasn't had any pussy maybe ever. How are you gonna come up with content? All you're gonna do is you're gonna tell us you watch this show and you talk to this people, but you don't interact with real
Oh, you think Sam was a
people.
little too docile during
So
the
I think
stream,
that's
not
a real
Wendy?
problem with him. This show, I've been all over the place. Show has been all over the place. I don't know about Righteous Jay. So what do you think about that show, or Righteous?
Well, it's
Very
much easier to come up with content if you actually live an exciting life.
Yeah, you know what, Joe? Or a life, more basic life experience, going a rough time and falling in love and falling it out and having children and, connection, man. You got to have connection, man. And remember those experiments, folks? If you don't know, they went in and saw these little babies were dying. These little babies in these foster homes that didn't have homes, and they were dying, and they figured out they were dying because they weren't touched. They weren't touched. So from that famous study, now they purposely go in there and touch those babies, and I think.
Oh, what the fuck is he talking about? Let me back this up. That's some ill shit, Sam. What are you talking about?
Falling.
What the fuck?
Out and having children, and connection, man. You got to have connection, man. And remember those experiments, folks? If you don't know, they went in and saw these little babies were dying. These little babies in these foster homes that didn't have homes, and they were dying, and they figured out they were dying because they weren't touched. They weren't touched. So from that famous study, now they purposely go in there and touch those babies. And
Okay, but the sound drop, Sam, you got to think that's a horrible sound drop to have. Let's hear it one more time.
They figured out they were dying because they weren't touched. They weren't touched. So from that famous study, now they purposely go in there and touch those babies, and I think that's part of the reason why we're kind of on this stream right now,
Okay,
because people need connection. And that's healthy. And like the chat, man, that's a connection. Us people in chat, we've been talking for a year and a half. We've been talking, and so what I'm saying is we're social animals. And the Unabomber, I want to talk about that before, because he was wrong about criminal acts. But what he said was all these computers and cell phones, man, they're taking away from human connection, and all of us have gone in these restaurants, and those people aren't talking to one another. So what do you think about that, Joe and Righteous? I've gone off too long again.
I try to not hold my phone when I go to a restaurant, even if it is by myself, so I can interact with the people around me. I mean, I think it can be done, but yeah, they definitely do, especially with the younger generations, definitely takes away from the human interaction.
Yeah, when I go to restaurants,
Whoa, Jay just blew my mind.
My phone, and I'm on it the whole time. What's the point of the whole date? You're there to interact with someone, not interact with your phone. And also, I don't go to restaurants alone. I always go to bars and like comedy clubs and stuff alone. And then there, why would you bring your phone? You're there for the social interaction. You're not there for chilling.
Right.
I don't think I like going to restaurants alone, and maybe it's a social awareness thing. And I think all these people are talking, well, they're on their phones, but they're still interacting, seated across from each other. And so if I go alone, I'm thinking, wow, I feel kind of socially awkward.
Aww.
Okay, nothing on that. Maybe
I mean, I go to restaurants alone all the time, so I mean, it's not really that awkward.
I don't know. I gotta admit, when I go in a restaurant, everybody's together.
Niggas gotta
having
eat,
a good
right?
Time and
Right.
yeah,
I mean,
man,
I don't get me wrong. I prefer to go with someone, but like I don't have any people close, like either friends or anybody that I can just.
So
most
he
of the time
killed
when it's
his
time to eat,
family
it's not
and his
a time
friends.
when people can just drop whatever and just let's go eat together. So
and Righteous, do you have friends besides Ross?
yeah, I mean, but not necessarily that live close by. Like people that I hang out with that live close, no. I mean, I know people that are friends that live close, but I'm a hermit. Nah.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
know,
I
Ross.
find it hard to hang out with my friends nowadays, like from back in the day, because they don't they all have families and shit, but they don't want to go hang out and drink or anything, so it's rough. I rarely ever see them.
Yeah, everybody has different schedules, so I mean, you just gotta do what you can when you can.
Well,
I
I
don't
think
really make plans.
men have more difficulty with friends, and most of the women, including my wife, they're just chattering with other women all over the place. And I sit in front of the computer, and I had friends when I worked, but they were all work related. So yeah, I don't have. I mean, I have friends in UK, and I have some family, but I don't really have friends where I live. Well, I go on the computer a lot, right?
Right.
Well, I'm waiting for Hostbusters. Maybe I can. Would you guys? Cho's going to be here, but Righteous, would you hang on while I do my intro and get to some stuff?
Yeah, go for it. I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette.
Oh, how are you going to be? Man, I just asked you to be here, and you said, "Oh, go smoke a cigarette."
Oh, I thought you said like hold on, like you were gonna say some stuff.
I'm going to say some stuff, man, but can't you stay there and listen?
I'm gonna listen
I'm gonna
on
test a
my
few
phone while I
things out
smoke a
tonight.
cigarette, and I'm gonna
Yeah,
mute
I
myself.
don't
show
and I'll be right
things
back.
like
I don't know what you
with
do
these
when
sound
you go
effects.
off and smoke, but now I do. So I'm
Since
glad.
it's October, I want
Cho,
some
you're
spooky
here, right,
ones.
man?
I am here. I don't mute
Okay.
myself to smoke cigarettes.
By the way, Hostbusters there says, Sam Hill gang, thank you so much for showing up. Sam Hill. Tonight we have the general, of course. Is the general on? Is Ross Dog on? I haven't said hello to him. Are you there, General?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, man, you sound not wanting to be here. So
No, I'm
listen, man.
enjoying from the chat. I'm respecting the chat. I definitely
you
want to
do.
be here.
No, I respect the chat and people. By the way, interrupt, General. I'd like to hear from the chat anytime because I'm going to go off now about the chat, and I'm going to spend a lot of time now this hour talking about the chat, partly to educate Hostbuster, but Ross Dog, I've talked about this before. I'm getting to why I respect the chat. In Righteous episode 2, this general and me got into it, and I've talked about this, and he kicked me off the show, man. He changed the name of my show, and he ended up hanging up in me, and I left, and I did go in exile, and I figured, well,
And Cosmic weaseled his way in.
well, boy, I want this Cosmic to come back. But anyway, so I went off and I had to drive cross country to see some family in Philadelphia. And I'm thinking, you know what? I probably won't be back because most people leave and people say a couple things for a couple days and you don't hear from them again. And you know what, folks? I didn't hear from on-air people. But I tuned in sometimes, and people in the chat would make a comment. People in the chat would make a comment like Pound Road Pug or Alexander Octopus Cortez and Syrup Floss, and they said nice things. And I said, well, man.
Tom,
who is a new member, Sam Hill gang member, a great guy. And man, I said, chat, that's who I am. That's who I came from. And when I left, those are the people who really brought me back in Ross Dog. I'm here for Ross Dog, and we get mad, man. We get mad. He always says he knew. But in that righteous came back because of Ross Dog, and so yeah, Chad, I fucking respect you guys. Joe, or I'm gonna need you, General. What is chat saying now? I want to hear the bad, the good, whatever, man.
Well, Jimmernam, I don't know if it's him, but he's saying I sound sexy tonight. I hope that is Jimmer, or else it means nothing. Kyle's currently passed out, but he's still alive.
Honey, this horrible mother, this horrible person who lets her kids be around drunks, she likes the Ross Dog. Like, usually even people who don't like Ross Dog end up liking the little fucker, and that's not true about me. Usually people dislike me, and they can hate me more, like Righteous Jay and Bella and the Snake.
It's always my goal to get more people to like you.
Well, man, I can't say you've succeeded in that, but I know you try. I really don't try. I got the chat, I got Ross Dog, I got Click, and I got Joe, and hope they got Hostbusters. That's okay. And, you know, folks, Hostbusters said, you know, he's still in RDA. They don't promote him, and, you know, they mock him, man. And I want to tell you something, folks, I know they do. Actually, that's social awareness. And you know what I think? I say, let them mock me, man, because the people I care about.
So you guys want to watch Stream Sniper's video he made of me? Let's check it out.
Jealousy and after I got kicked out of Righteous too, and I came back and I quit again because of artistic differences. I know most of the on-air people said to Ross, "I'll get rid of that fucker." Now we have our choice, and
here's the big expose on me, guys. Are you ready? That's me.
Sniper here. Ha ha.
I'm a fucking 62-year-old dude.
Showcase a disgusting excuse for a human being in a man formerly known as Clickbait, now known as Pop Vulture Inc. As you can tell from the Pop Vulture sticker on the side of his riding mower. This is a man who once prided himself on attacking others while pretending to be the good guy, letting other brave men take the fall. I will not give out any important data tonight.
Other brave men.
I will just showcase the waste of talent.
What brave men have I let take the fall?
The waste of a gift, the waste of a human body.
And what fall are we talking about here?
These
What's
are many
going on
more
with this
traits
guy?
that first captured my attention. As I dug deeper, I found an interesting turn. Stay tuned. Ha 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 ha.
So I'm like a guy who can play music and makes money. I don't get it. I want to know if my expose was the one that got the most views, though. That's what's important. And then the music thing, the music situation kind of lends you to think it might be like a Donnie. This would be a song Donnie would put in something. That was a pretty good riff right there. I mean, let's be honest. That's not me, but That looks like Prince Asbel. I don't know. I don't know what to say, guys. Deeply offended. Is that it? No, there's more.
What the hell is that? I don't know what you're talking about. Son of a bitch!
I do wear a safety shirt like that quite often.
Dropping out of school.
What's x squared plus y squared? What's that helping?
I don't give a shit what's x plus triangle, whatever. I don't care, but no, you're graduate school.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are, goddammit. Turn that fucking camera off, too. Try to use my old man's motherfucking season pass, you know, to get in all the
Yeah,
parks.
yes, Pirate. Somebody was
The fucking cunt bitch at the office says.
they were trying to say this was me,
That's
or they
senior
were
citizens
like
only. I
they
said,
were
well, I'm a
like
senior
kind
citizen,
of
I'm
like
62.
sneak
She says,
dissing
"We have to be
me.
65."
I don't know.
It
It's
says it
weird.
on the back of the cards what she said. Fucking cunt bitch pissed me the fuck off. Or never. Motherfucker again.
And then J King caught some type of static image in here. There's a guy. Let me see if I can get it on my screen. Sorry. Thing went out for a second. Let's see if I can get it, J King. Okay, look. There's a female here, too. Did you catch this before? It was J King, right? Let's see if we can get the other image. Oh, look at another face. Who's this? There's clues. There are clues being dropped. We're breaking fucking ground right now. Oh, and there's the one that you caught. Let me see. I might catch some more. Let's try this again. You know what we can do? We can do this. Nope, not on here. For some reason, I can't do it in the screen. Okay. Who is that? Look at the eyebrows. Alright, we're gonna have to remember this space. Oh, look at the sign. He's a Nazi. Oh, I saw another dude just a second ago. Okay. Sorry, guys. This dude. Another. Look at the shirt. There's really interesting stuff here, guys. Yeah, I don't know. So what'd you guys think? Was that, was I exposed for the piece of shit I am? I don't know.
Folks, they don't know the truth that I learned about Ross Dogg a year and a half ago, that it's up to him. It's his channel. If he wants to go with Righteous Good, and I know they didn't want me, the fuckers, on air. Maybe Click did, and I dig the
Is
Click.
there anyone who doesn't get made fun of? Honestly.
Oh, I don't think so, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of anybody.
And Ross Dogg,
We go harder on some people though, but yeah, Sam, I think you're right there in the sweet zone in the middle.
MJ says he's lost. Where are you trying to get, MJ?
Tell us, MJ.
Take us there.
Well, hey, MJ, you can get lost, man, and maybe you can replay it, or if you want to leave and you want to go to Matt Stearns and maybe they're still talking about how bad the Jews are or how bad people over 40 are, or it's everyone's fault, and you want to be disrespect, or maybe Matt will be talking about his mustache, or that gay guy will get in a stupor and attack other people, and I think it's kind of boring. Sometimes it's good when Matt flips out, but go ahead, man. I really don't care. I don't, and hopefully you'll come back at some point. Look, we all get boring. You can go on for 2 hours without boring some people, and it's cool, man. And that's why, chat, you should be joking away or attacking me. And are they saying anything else there, Ross?
No, they're all pretty
Does
much
MJ stand
saying
for Mary Jane?
Broke Bar stinks, and I agree with that. He does suck. Broke Bar's fucking boring.
He can be good sometimes.
Pug is only one tabbing it now for you.
You know, folks, we have some new gang members, and I call it the chat force, and we still have Alexander Octopus, Cortez, what a cool motherfucking Pone Road Pug, and we have new members. I want Pound Road Pug. Thank you for pointing that out. Like I needed you to do that. Like I
No, that sounded like Wendy right there. That's Wendy's new name for Pound Road Pug.
Oh well,
Pound Road Pug.
Thank you for comparing me to a mentally challenged young lady there.
No, she changes everybody's name. I think it's great.
I like Wendy. Anyway, I wanted to say we have new members, and I announced it before, and I'll say it again. Tom, what a righteous motherfucker. And I'm so happy. And we have Searploss and Searploss Construction. I call it the chat force. We got chat. I respect you. You got more Sam Hill gang members in chat than on air, and Cho is one, and Alex is one because he does his covert stuff. Rex goes over and he fucks over this drunken Pawtucket sexual deviant boring man. What do you want to say about that Pawtucket drunk there, you guys? I'm going off again. You say some things.
I think he likes to commit lewd and lascivious acts in front of children.
How about in front of his own children?
Yeah, that's not like taking a shower.
Well, two of
with
them
your
are
kids,
his.
teaching them how to shower.
Only
That's
two
going
of them are
overboard.
his. The other
Who
two
does that?
definitely.
What the fuck?
Kyle.
Uh,
boy.
We don't know about if the children are here. What we do know, and I keep going over this, because you know he's depending on people to forget. I'm not going to let the fucker forget. What he did was, and Matthew Stearns, it's on tape, and you've heard me say this, and I'll say it all the time, because when you go over there, fine, man, you go over there, but please challenge him, because if you don't, he thinks he got away with it. What did he do? Cho, you know? Tell him.
Go.
What do you mean? What did he do? What did who do?
Well, let me say this. How many drunks do you know in Pawtucket, Rhode Island, who are sexual deviants, Joe? So what do you think about this, Joe? What are you smoking, drinking, man? What are you
I'm drinking. I was just getting a cigarette out, and I put the phone down, so I didn't really hear your
What are you
for a
drinking
second there.
tonight, Joe?
I'm drinking beer, as always.
Oh, okay.
Little drunk, huh?
I like to keep it light.
He's a drunk.
I like to keep it light.
The LITE.
He's drunk. Are you an alcoholic, Joe?
I wouldn't say that.
No, alcoholics have to have it. He likes to have it for relaxation and pleasure.
Not true, man. Drugs have that kind of motivation too. You got to see how often he does it there, right? Just like I did with you, and you only do it once a week. So let's ask him the question.
My God.
How often do you drink there, Joe?
I drink every time I'm on stream, so weekends are pretty rough. This week was actually kind of rough because we had multiple shows during the week.
What about when you stream sometimes, like while you're at work? Do you have to like have a little mini bottle in your pocket and just chug it real quick?
Oh no. I'm just
Okay,
chilling.
so
there
you're
most
not
of
an
the time.
alcoholic then, in my book.
No.
We hate to interrupt this Sam Hill Gang show, but we have to show you something else. Tell me if this whole thing sounds familiar here.
There's been a lot of stuff behind the scenes this week. It's been weird. Here's a public one that I want to get into right off the bat. It's the Radio Report. Keeping them relevant. Let's bring them up on the show tonight. Let's start off with the Radio Report. Radio Report did an exclusive video on me Tuesday. I believe it was Tuesday that this was posted. I don't know if it was supposed to go up Saturday night or what. Do you guys want to get into the Radio Report? Let's see. I'm on the new account, so it's not going to have all my old subscriptions. It's such bullshit. The Radio Report. Right? Let's see if we can do this. Perfect. Yeah, we got them. Okay, so we got the Radio Report, and it's titled The Radio Report, Broke Bar Realism. And it's a 4-minute long video. Let's check this out.
Do you guys remember when the Radio Report was trying to accuse him of being with some like BBW?
Broke Bar is a disgusting human
I don't know.
being. His face has ass written all over it. When you think about it, his entire existence is a community guideline strike. His hands are dry from the Boston air, but not as dry as his humor. On Saturday night, Broke Bar let Danny Pancakes do most of his show, and even fewer people listened. We have more info. Broke Bar talks about scuffed audio. Well, his ears are obviously scuffed. In a test, the Radio Report tweeted out that Broke Bar had a 60 Hz tone in his audio. Guess what, asswipe? No hum existed, yet you spent what little coffee money you had buying cables, fixing a problem you never had. You are what is wrong with podcasting. You think because you have a dollar store banner hanging up behind you, a used maybe
Dollar store banner. I got this from Vistaprint.
high-definition television hanging, and a high school public address microphone.
My favorite
that
part
you are
about
an
Unbleached
important
is that
an
he
Audio
addresses
Technica.
all the
Well,
fucking
you're
things
not.
people say.
You're a
It's
total
funny.
want to be. We have news for you. What really got us
There's
annoyed
goodbye
here
horses in
is
the
that
background.
On Saturday night, we were hacked at 9:55. You and Pancake Ross attacked us. We were unable to release our
Pancake
bombshell
Ross.
videos. In addition, you insulted the Grigster. He is the real deal. We support him. We think you suck. Even we had more views than you. On Friday, while you were playing with yourself, doing your stupid live stream video game
Wow, cut out.
streamation, you were arrogant. You told us to get out of your chat. Isn't that what you accused that beta man Jim Burnham of doing? By the
Jim Burnham.
way, Jim Burnham, he is not a beta man. That would be Anthony. Come on, ya. No, Jim Burnham is a beta gay man. You couldn't even beat a mentally defective scumbag. You were in fact jealous of him. We won't mention about your family because they are good people.
Thank
Why
Now,
is it
the
that
name
you,
of this
Broke
clip
Bar,
I'm watching
have
is
no job,
actually
have no
from the
life,
Radio
and
Report.
no warm place to stay.
Here, I'll back that up a second since I talked over it. And it's Unbleached says Radio Report is not important, but leads with us. It was published on April 15th of 2018. Now, this Stream Sniper guy is a lot like this guy, whoever the Radio Report is.
Dick, you're cold. Shrill beta man Jim Burnham of doing by the
Jim Burnham.
way, Jim Burnham. He is not a beta man. That would be Anthony. Come on, ya. No, Jim Burnham is a beta gay man. You couldn't even beat a mentally defective scumbag. You were in fact jealous of him. We won't mention about your family because they are good people.
Thank
Why
you.
is it that you, Broke Bar, have no job, have no life, and no warm place to stick your cold, shriveled inferior Boston?
Okay, you guys don't know a thing about me, and I don't want.
This is a funny fucking clip. I love that when they start talking about his cold, wet Boston something or dry Boston He wouldn't let him finish. What the fuck was he talking about?
Jim Burnham is a beta gay man. You couldn't even beat a mentally defective scumbag. You were in fact jealous of him. We won't mention about your family, because they are good people.
Thank
Why
you.
is it that you, broke bar, have no job, have no life, and no warm place to stick your cold, shriveled inferior Boston?
Okay, you guys don't know a thing about me, and I don't want you to. All right? You can think all you want about the unemployment and being a loser, but I live a great life.
We have his shows. Even rumored camp girl Linda Miller would contemplate what a family member of yours did before the waiter or waitress asked what you both wanted to eat on a date. Do you? Even rumored
Wait,
camp
what did he
girl
refer to Linda Miller as?
We have his shows. Even rumored cam girl Linda Miller would contemplate
Rumored
what a family
cam
member
girl?
of yours did before the waiter or waitress asked what you both wanted to eat on a date.
This is great.
Do you ever listen to your shows? Do you fall asleep like we do? We will tell you why. For now, people like Fat Kyle, like it or not, he is what he is. He truly doesn't care. Anything we would attack
Fat
him on,
Kyle.
he would agree with. He keeps saying the same things over and over again because they are right. He has the listeners.
Is this anything? Is this anything? You actually had the opportunity to write this stuff down and have a computer say it to you in a Stephen Hawking's voice. It's like computer fez.
He has the followers. He is happy with his little piece of the pie. Broke bar, you said that radio was dead. Well, guess what? It is dead because the majority of people in the business are just like you. Nerds, defectives, basement dwellers, sorry Kyle, and mostly, you unlistenable. If people care about what we think, and the numbers compared to you broke bar, explain yes, you need to seek help. Talking to nobody is most likely how serial killers are born. Have you ever kissed a girl broke bar? You were obviously getting turned on when people were in your chat, but it was Danny Pancakes they were talking to. You attacked Jim.
It's a silly thing to say to a me. Have you ever kissed a girl? And I don't understand the Danny stuff. What was going on in the chat, and we were just having fun, man. This really got out of hand this whole week.
Burnham, because you felt he was possible retard. You were right.
Retard.
But you still lost. We are the Radio Report. Jim Burnham, you are next. You better praise us or we will focus on your show. Look
Jim
what the
Burnham's
reporting
next.
did to broke bar. We would rather
Did
stick
they
on
ever go
Kyle.
in on Jim
He is
Burnham? I don't
fat,
know.
He is mean, he is stupid, and he pulled his pants up quick when he urinated, so he must not be proud of his manhood, but at least he is real, and every other drunk stream funny for a few seconds. Take your green screen and ugly cam girls, and go try to work for the circus. Ian Ellis, why are you supporting Broke Bar?
So yeah, he called me a serial killer. You get that?
We are hearing great things about the Grigster. He is coming up, and you all are going to feel it. Broke Bar, we have one final thought. Believe it or not, some Radio Shacks are still around. Maybe you could get a job.
Radio Shack. What year is this? All right, so they had a ton of time. Think about it.
Let's see what Ian
Do
Ellis,
it.
LLC has put
This
out.
is the
and I think
Radio
we're gonna
Report.
call
This
it a
is
night.
a channel that used to be hyped up, that people used to like give a shit about. What happened? What happened to their Twitter? No one cares.
Let's see what these boys have been up to. Oh, wow. Lane has not been putting out content. I'm concerned. We need to check on Lane. In the meantime, check this clip out. Where the fuck did it go?
The Joe Rogan Experience.
This is oh, did we didn't introduce you
Oh, I
properly?
hope I don't get a copyright strike.
No? Okay, that's Justin.
I think we did introduce it's Mike Tyson,
Yeah,
Weed,
so
ladies and gentlemen.
Mike Tyson.
Today's
I'm
the
hanging out with
last
these guys
day.
because I'm a Green Beret, and
I got hurt, and you saw the show last night. So I'm speaking at the shows because Sturgill on his own. Well, let me back up. I got blown up in March, and I was in the hospital. Previous year, I'd like got come off of a deployment, had like 11 months before the second one was a bit down in the dumps. Got divorced, had a dude die on the first trip, so it was kind of like it was real rough to deal with. And then was listening to these dudes quite a bit.
So I'll tease this clip and also pause it cleverly so I don't get strikes. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But this motherfucker, man, he's got no legs underneath the knee. And he also, well, I'll put it to you this way. His balls are gone. I don't know how else to say it. I tried to find a way to put it, but his balls got blown off. And Joe says something really fucked up in this interview. I'll see if you guys can catch it if it comes up.
And then led into the next deployment. I was there a month. Boom, almost died pretty hard. Teammates saved me, and we had blood on the ground. Like, I got blood on target, and then they made a hellacious movement to get me to the medevac. Long story short, I'm eating dinner in the hospital, one of the first meals, jamming out to these dudes, and I was like, Mom, I want to meet Sturgill Simpson. And then she tried to get a hold of him. SOCOM eventually did, and he came, hung out for like 2 hours. I made my friend now, General Bud.
So this guy and the guy to his left are in a band, and they came and saw him at the hospital.
Wait like 15 minutes so that we could finish talking about what we were talking about, which when you're an enlisted dude, you don't make generals wait. But I was on a lot of ketamine, so it was sweet. But then Sturgill had it on his own accord to like donate to the foundation. So this little tour going on that coincides with the actual album release is donating to the Special Forces Foundation. So that helps Gold Star families, which are the families that remained of the friends that got killed on this trip. So there were 4 Green Berets and 2 EOD techs. And so that money's going to them, and that's what I care about. I'm alive. I don't have any legs below my knees for those that can't see my legs on the video anyway, and I don't have my testicles either. So that's a different set of challenges, but I don't care about getting taken care of.
Wait, what?
For those that can't see my legs on the video anyway, and I don't have my testicles either.
Jesus Christ.
But I don't care about getting taken care of other than the normal Army processes, but I want them to get taken care of from the foundation. So I'm grateful to have these guys as friends now. They're awesome. They're amazing musicians, but amazing people. And then I'm grateful to be here and just to push that out. So people that are coming to the shows, all that money goes.
So imagine that. I mean, most people, you know how they got this saying, well, hey, all gave some, but some gave all. This motherfucker is in a wheelchair and lost his fucking balls, man. I don't know if he's in a wheelchair. He might have fake legs, actually. But that's something, man. So the next time Veterans Day comes around, think of that shit.
It's the foundation, and then people can go on.
Now, to be fair, that could happen in a foundry or something like that, too, but... So I guess think about that next time you drive a car too, I guess. I don't know.
The foundation's website, which is Special Forces Foundation.org. And yeah, I appreciate it.
That's fucking awesome, man.
Yeah,
That's
man.
really, really, really cool. That's really cool that you're doing this, and thank you for coming here and telling everybody this. You know, this is it's a great way to help out, and your music, you know, to connect it to that. I think that's just a fucking incredible thing. It's really cool. You know, when you were sending me the text messages telling me that you were going to the hospital, you know, it's very touching.
It was like, yeah.
Yeah, you were, you know, you could tell you were seriously moved by this. And, you know, for someone like you who truly understands the consequences of war, like the physical consequences in a way that none of us will understand, you know, it's
Joe Rogan is really moved by this.
It's brave of you to talk about this, but it's also it's so valuable. So
like
valuable
Mike
for everybody that hasn't served
Don's
to
cousin or
understand what it
whatever.
really is. So thank you for that.
Well, I always say I really like combat because I was in a lot of it, relatively speaking. Bunch of guys have been in way more combat. Bunch of people have treated more casualties. I'm a medic, but I was in a fair amount. Almost got killed on the first trip a good handful of times, and then so I just don't like the war aspect when you see your friends get killed and you're stuck in a hospital bed on top of all this stuff that's, you know, I didn't shit for a week. I pissed blood for a week. I've had tons of nights of excruciating pain. That's the life of an EMT. There are guys that are worse than me, so I'm just grateful for having what I have. And yeah, that's the beginning of it. Like, especially on ketamine, when you're going through all that and you're just like, I was telling like the people that took the trash out in the room, like, hey, I'm grateful for you, brother. Like, right on, brother.
What is ketamine like after a catastrophic injury like that?
Look at that. He's you can see it in Joe's eyes. He lit up like you wouldn't believe when he heard about the ketamine. I mean, this is how you fall in love. This is how you get Joe Rogan to fall in love with you. God damn.
What is ketamine like after a catastrophic injury like that? Does it relieve the pain? Does it just put you in another dimension?
So ketamine is an NMDA.
Pull this sucker right.
Yeah. Ketamine is an NMDA antagonist in the brain, so it essentially is a dissociative. So the way that it feels, because we learned this in class as a medic and everything, but the way that it feels is kind of, it takes your perspective, and it's like, it always felt like a whirlwind if I was getting a push of it. But it's like you're starting to get your vision masked, and you're still there, but you're dipping into like subconscious because you're still conscious. Because unconscious would mean that you're like, you pass out and you cannot have a gag reflex depending on how a room, and it'd be like, what the fuck?
Whoa.
And then a friend of mine, when I left my first rotation, he was an Air Force CCT that got blown up in the same village I had a few casualties in.
Let's take a look at Don's
no
trip
Richie
here.
Ross. We don't talk about him no more. He's gone. You know that. How many fucking times you gonna say it?
Ross? Is he talking about Ross?
But then he likes it. It's weird. It's like he's scared at first, but then he likes it. It's like when Ross's wife brings home a watermelon. No Richie Ross. We don't talk about him no more. He's gone. You know that. How many fucking times you gonna say it? He's kneeling down. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will... No, you're fucked, dude. You got the same show. They must share the fucking same outfit.
I need to find another video where they're all ringside.
Yeah. It's funny, I try to talk to people. I should have went. What do you need a
It's
card
like a scene from Goodfellas.
You know, I don't go looking, you know what I mean? Like, I don't give a fuck about any.
In the back.
You gotta hit him in the body, yeah.
Dressing room in the back.
Yeah, you gotta hit him in the body, bro. You're right. But how is he gonna reach the body, dude?
He's gotta take the body.
But he can't. He's 4'2". Well, I guess. I mean, what? His eye line is his midsection, probably, right? So he's gonna hit him right in the torso.
I gotta do something off cam here for a second.
I think I will.
Hey guys, I want to remind you that 8 o'clock we're going to be live worldwide on Fight TV. Worldwide, 8 o'clock, Fight TV.
So the more I think about it, I am going to have a drink. I'm going to have a little vodka and orange juice. We'll have a couple. See what happens. Dustin should be able to put a lazy left jab out and then right down the pipe with the straight right and call it a night. I think so, man. I would think so, bro. Not 100% on it, but we'll see. In the coolie.
I should shoot a vlog out of this one.
Just gonna keep adding numbers up, okay? Every time I do something,
This is gonna be my outro, folks. This is it for me tonight.
Let's check it out, see what's going on here.
Thanks for coming in. Oh, Stanley Moon. So, yeah, we'll have to check that out. We'll revisit that another day.
Let's fill it up, let's fill it up. I didn't think there'd be 20 people here.
Don must be gassy. Those poor people at the event. Probably trying to find the rest of it.
See what they got back here. They got some posters.
I am Sarah.
See what we got going on back there.
Nothing's changed, dude. The guy will be always a scumbag. He will die a scumbag. I hope to God he dies very soon.
This might be where the
Man, what
after
a
party
pussy
is.
that guy
Back
is.
here.
I'm an Asian guy.
Some movie.
I want to kill myself. I want to take a gun and shoot me in the head.
Let's check it out from back here. Pretty nice building. Opened in 1894 originally. Founded by the Germans. No, I'm just kidding. There's a Ron Burgundy quote there. Kind of a Ron Burgundy quote. You're getting here soon, cousin. What's up? I'm getting soon. Good camera work. Thanks, man. Says Teresa. Hey.
You're a nigger.
All right.
Jane, get paid. Get it.